chances are you are learning wrong. Does this sound anything like you? You're somebody who prioritizes school and learning, but can also feel stressed or burnt out when it comes to your classes. You try to stay afloat, but every time you begin to understand a topic, your professor or teacher moves on to the next topic. Do you feel like during your lecture or class you are always rushing to take down everything with little time to process what your instructor is teaching? Do you often feel you are always doing your assignments last minute and stress about getting everything done? If this sounded anything like you, chances are you are going about learning wrong. Obviously, this will not apply to everybody, but the premise stands for most classes, especially STEM-based classes. I believe the best way to learn is by putting in the work on your own part to get ahead. The beautiful thing about school is often your teachers and professors will be very upfront about what you will be learning for the entire semester. Most even have an in-depth syllabus outlining it for you. So I propose this. Every week spend a little time for each class previewing your material for the upcoming week in the textbook. Don't go crazy about specifics or taking notes, simply just take in the information and try your best to get a general understanding about what you will be learning. Now, once you show up to class that week and learn the material, you have the ability to actually listen to what your instructor has to say about it. That way, you get a better grasp of what the fundamental ideas of what you are learning. Focus less on writing absolutely everything down, but instead simply write down the things that your professor is stressing and the stuff that you are confused about or maybe want clarification on. The beautiful thing about this system is that in the time between you previewed your class material and when you had the class, your mind has secretly been working in the background, making connections and helping you understand the topic as a whole even better. This makes you way more engaged while learning the material with your professor, and you will even be able to ask questions there rather than getting confused later on. This is a very passive way of learning, but it allows you to really hone in on the fundamental ideas of what you are supposed to be learning. That way, when it comes time to do your assignments later, your brain is able to actively make connections to better solidify your understanding. But you might be asking, aren't you going to be spending more time now to learn rather than less? And I would have to strongly disagree. Even though this has a larger initial cost of time, eventually this will level out, and you will see that you are spending less time confused on your homework, less time reviewing over your frantic and messy notes, and you will need way less time to prepare for your quizzes, exams, and other assessments. The reason I believe this is because it focuses your brain to learn the fundamental ideas of your class, and as time continues, you will be able to better connect those ideas together. That way, when your exam date rolls around, it feels a lot more like a web of interconnected knowledge rather than a bunch of memorized expressions or equations. It might initially sound a little crazy, but you can also do the same idea with entire units before you even take your class. Say you have extra time over the summer, and you are very concerned about an upcoming class's difficulty. There are so many resources online, whether it be through YouTube, through college's open courseware like MIT has, and many more places that you can passively learn your class material before you even step foot in your class. That way, when you do learn it during your lecture, it isn't the first time you are seeing it, and your brain is able to better make connections as a result. Take a hold of your learning, and I promise that you will be less stressed and your classes will feel way easier with less effort on your end. You just need a little planning is all. And that's how to make your life easier by preparing for your classes ahead of time. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.